just make sure that that's not what I wanted to do. There it is. Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Now, I know what you're thinking. Last time you saw me, one, it was over 2 weeks ago. Secondly, I'm pretty sure you had a giant spear. Why are you suddenly in, like, starter clothes with a bow and arrows? And why is there a little, like, calf following you? Those are some good questions. I'm in Gridania, just leveling up my archer class at the moment. Just while I'm here. I'm going... Yeah, I need to go to Old Gridania. Yeah, I was doing some main story quest on my main while I was here, and I figured, might as well. I hit, like, level 10 in this thing. I should probably do the quest, since, you know, it's Gridania. It's the Archers Guild. Where am I going? East Shroud, right. I can get there via the ferry dock up this way. Oh, boy. Pardon me. Yeah. Honestly, I'm in love with this game. I slept on it for way too long. Like, honestly, I've been thinking, like, I don't even know if I have a reason to go back to World of Warcraft at this point. This is kind of everything I wanted. Alright, take me to the pier. Alright. Oh, hello. I'm like right near where I need to be. Okay, this is good. This is good. So, current task is to slay tree slugs and vultures. Since you fell off with WoW, it's replaced with an anime paint. It kind of is, honestly, but also it just has a way more involved story. And, like, my character actually feels relevant, I guess. Plus, I don't have to keep up numerous assaults to play the stuff I want to play. Like, here, look at this now, right? Okay, so I'm an archer. This is the current getup I have for an archer. I can click, like, 2 buttons... And now I'm playing a samurai. We'll be Destiny buds again. Chill out, bro. I want to actually get on, like, next week and try out the... Not just the Dawning stuff, but the anniversary event. Yeah. I mean, I suppose my big worry now is, you know... not burning out on this content. Hey, I leveled up. Nice. Oh, I now have a new ability. With 2 charges. Ooh, Bloodletter. Yeah, I'm sure it's a good anniversary activity. I don't doubt that. I just really want to... I need to finish these damn quests so I can get access to Ishgard, I think it is. And then I can start playing Machinist, which is the ranged class I really want to play. This is the issue. Like, yeah, the story is great. But they make you play through the story. Which also kind of sucks. At least with WoW, you could skip things. Once you got to a certain level, it's like, hey, you can try out this expansion now. Oh, it's an off-global ability. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's off-global. Right, how many is that? 6 out of 8. Find some more vultures. Where are... Oh, no one's just spawned back this way. Oy, oy. Alright. Ah yes, tree slugs. Boop. I have no idea if this is the proper rotation either. I'm just casting stuff and dealing damage. Here's another vulture. Nice. Okay, we did it. Now to head back to the guild. Hello, my friends. Take me back to old Gridania. Actually, hold on. Let's make this easy on myself. Where is it? Archer's Guild. Let's see what Lei has to say. Judging by your smug expression, I'd say you've acquired a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weaknesses whilst covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution to this is simple: maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack of disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. As such, you would do well to keep the creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is the key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential that you know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the Keepers of the Moon conceived of archery, they dwelt not in the city but the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this was more or less on hunting than on archery. Still, Lucienne knows well my past. Mayhap that was her intent. Hunting too was an art. Before I came to Gridania, I never gave it much thought. But the more I think of home, the more I begin to realize... forgive me, I'm not given into fits of sentiment. Truly. Forget I said anything. But do not forget that a hunter must recognize her prey's weaknesses and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now, I suggest you pay Lucienne a visit. She is doubtless eager to hear from you. Okay. Ooh, cutscene. It's good to see you, Danny. I hope you have learned much from Lee. Oh, it's this asshole again. You, adventurer. Is it true? Are you the one who slew the tree slugs and vultures? Acknowledge that you slew the creatures? Yes. How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I knew Mikote were reckless, but she is downright irresponsible. Shame on her. Did I not warn you that it was folly to suffer that woman's presence in our guild, Lucienne? Every time she wastes an arrow on games, she drags our noble art back into the darkness. I, and this girl too, she is an embarrassment to us all. That is quite enough, Silvera. Your skill with the bow is undeniable, as is your love for our nation. Yet there is much and more you have yet to learn about archery. Dani has matured greatly in the short time that she has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Dani's presence here. You will be giving her her next lesson after all. Unless, of course, you have any objections? Good. As for you, Dani, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Silvar. Suffice it to say, he will not be an easy instructor to impress. On that, we can agree. Alright, I get the bow, and I want the helmet. I'll come back eventually. Alright, recommended gear. Equip. I now have a hat. Update gear set. And now back to the main story quest, which means swapping back to Samurai. I love this class. Like, the main combat flow is you build up your 3 symbols here to unleash different kinds of attacks with them. Like, any one symbol will give you a damage over time attack. If any 2 will make it an AoE. And if you have all 3 active at once, it is a hard-hitting single target attack. It's quite fun. Also, the running animation is fantastic. Look at this. I have a sword out and I'm running. My primary school teacher would be very unhappy with me. Alright, where is Alphino? Where is my boy? He is downstairs, I imagine. I think I found myself... It's probably not a multi-box, but maybe a lot of people. Ah, small boy Alphino. What news, Dani? For my part, the elder seed seer was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Uldar whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. So Alphino here wants to go and start up a, what is, you know, pretty much a guild, effectively, from people from, like, all 3 of these major nations, and he wants to operate it outside of the jurisdiction of all 3 of these nations, so they can kind of do their own thing. Ruby Road Exchange. I think this is the wrong place. I wanted to go to the other one, didn't I? I did. But I also... Ah, the Rise and Fall of Gentlemen. Oh, yeah, I want to go get that quest. It's something called Hildebrand, and apparently it's very funny. I know nothing about it. I have not been spoiled. I'm going in blind. Let's see what this guy has to say. An old acquaintance of Wymond is at wit's end, and the businessman would have you help her. I hear you've been busy as a bee, Dani. Seems half the whispers what come my way relate to you comins and goins. Being the active type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumours, am I right? But before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? Have you heard of Hildebrand before? No. To hear him tell it, he was Eorzea's greatest and most famous inspector. Still, can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildebrand and his assistant had a knack for showing up when something shady was afoot. As for sussing out the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. Any road, 5 years ago, he gets it in his head that he's cracked the code of Messiah's 7th verse, Dalamond, the Calamity, all of which, can be stopped, he says, so long as he finds the hero of prophecy. And wouldn't you know it, the hero was Hildebrand himself. So he flies off towards Dalamud. Aye, that's right, he flew. Launches himself straight into the air somehow, ridiculous as it sounds. Of course, it's only logical that he's got to come back down. That was only recently that we found his body. I had reason for bringing this up. Oh, right, so, Nashu, Hildebrand's erstwhile assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumours I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass. A bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living. Zombies are most definitely not my forte. So if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lent her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. Alright. I have taken the quest. I will come back to it. I don't even know. I'm guessing... Horizon full of gentlemen. It's probably Drybone, right? Yeah, out at Camp Drybone. We'll go back there. At some point. I might even save that quest until I get my machinist, so... I don't know. In like a week's time, maybe I get a chance to play it. I want to go to Hustings Strip, that one. See, I could have played Lalafell. Imagine if I'd played Lalafell. Alright. Uldar, the gilded city, where one's fortunes define one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Danny. Alright, now I go talk to the to 5 people in the steps and see if I can get anyone to help me out. Steps of Nold, okay. Is this the... What is the lift attendant? Cool. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, they're all in the steps of Thal. Okay, then. I will head to the steps of Thal. That's a really cool scythe. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next all over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Okay, so he's out. Aye, you'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. So he's out. How does that... Oh, yeah, it's fine. Sorry, just checking something real quick. Who am I talking to here? Yellow Moon. I'm sorry. You wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashion manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. So she's out. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Orson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on Drybone's less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force of good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. So she's out. Yeah, this is not looking good. We're not getting, like, anyone on board. We got, like, 2 people in the last place. Admittedly, we only got 1 in the place before that. But whatever. Oh yeah, up behind the Colosseum. I think I want to go this way for, yeah. Yeah, no, it's not this way. Not that way. Must be... Yeah, it's this way. It's this way. I know it now. Willred. Do I remember you? Wait, you're the lady that came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyway, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I've been manipulated, and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions? And you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Okay, we got one. Finally. I guess we go tell Alphino we got somebody. Where's the lift? Or am I taking the steps? I think I'm just taking the steps. I need more water. This game requires me to do voice acting sometimes. And it takes a toll on my throat. Alright. Unless he starts talking here, which he might do. How fared you, Danny? What hidden gems do the streets of Uldar offer up to your unrelenting gaze? I can't quite get Sam Riegel's voice for this one. A single Alamigan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless. And the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victory you yourself have won. Thank you, Danny. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. He looks so little. Look, let me... Straight up. Female aura are very small compared to their male counterparts. This is the tallest I could make my character. She's like... I don't know, 1.5, 1.6 meters tall? Alphino's a small boy in A Realm Reborn. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the Syndicate's involvement? As was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Hello, Joey. Welcome to the stream. Gaming goes well, I think. I am just straight up getting taken to Mordona. This is fine. This is okay. Hey, Chad Robon. Pray return to the waking sands.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
It's voice acted.
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
Ah yes, Teligi Adaligi. What a piece of shit.
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has a point. Oh, she's not happy about that.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh. Oh no. No, no. Oh. Oh.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Wow, okay. No, I can't believe it made her cry. Okay, now I head back to Revenant's Toll, I think. The Rising Stones, yeah, that's there. Oh boy. What did you Champion! Eorzea needs you. Pray return to the Wakened Sands and collect the Azurite. Wait, hold on, we're crossing the streams. Someone's mining Azurite from the world's open wounds. Put a stop to it. I did forget. Yeah, wow. That was actually really sad. Alright. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Danny. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free from other duties. Alright, Minfilia, what do you want? Minfilia appears eager to welcome you back to Revenant's Toll. Oh man, this voice acting. Greetings, Danny. Alphano tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphano to see that all is in readiness, so I am afraid the recruits themselves will have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slaftborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught he requires? Ah yeah, all goods, Luna. It might be a while, because I still got to finish off this bit, but then there's a bit more. I think there'll be a trial coming up soon, surely. I mean, I've only got one left to do, so it is what it is. What does Slaftborn require of me? I really hope we get to hear something from Urianger this stream. You guys need to hear how that man speaks. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool mount. I want that mount. Alright, Slaftborn, what do you got for me? Is this voice acted? How am I doing this? What? I actually don't know how to do this one. Whatever. What can I do for you, Danny? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the Scions. Ha! I barely noticed your recruits arrive. 'Twas barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedents, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slaftborn! The shipment! We couldn't... Godswoman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll. Provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There were many. Too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortemps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are appraised of this development. Danny, we're not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortemps. I'll be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes of lightening your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Understood. Thank you for understanding. I am certain Lord Harshafant will be glad of your assistance. Damn names, man. Alright. Speak with Harshafant at Camp Dragonhead. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm in the wilderness. I could have just mounted up. I'm a stupid. Alright. Not what I wanted to do. I just want to mount up and fly over there. I don't need to remove it from my bars. I suppose I could maybe farm some poetics if I wanted to, but I don't really want / need to. I'm about to meet Best Boy? Really? Okay. I'm guessing Best Boy has nothing on Best Girl, though. And if he's Best Boy, I need to give him a fitting voice. I'm gonna need to fill up my water in a minute. Horsefart owns Ram Ranch? Okay. Cool, I guess. Oh, this guy, right. Well, well, if it isn't my fine friend, Danny Duzcar. Would you care for a plate of roast caracal? Some mulled wine? No? Ah, I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. When the cold sets in. Oh! Head armor. Nice. To the right of the entrance, inside, there should be some shirtless scouts. Hold up. Oh! I'm just gonna leave them to it. Right. Lord Halshafant awaits confirmation of the reason for your visit to Camp Dragonhead.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, no, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest.
I did not expect him to have a voice. Okay.
Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil.
That's Kurthus, okay.
Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts.
Fortom? Ah, this... You can tell I did barely any French.
It was in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Yes.
Hallone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no
Hallone?
pride in
Okay.
the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise.
These guys don't like dragons.
But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
So was he Best Boy, or am I still waiting to meet Best Boy? So I need to, hold on, I just need to check something real quick. Okay. Cool. All good. Just to double check, I can't actually access this area yet, can I? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Okay. Can't get into Ishgard. Ah, well, I'll come back later. Okay, how high do I have to go up this tower to find the guy I want to talk to? Oh, it's this guy again. Drillamon. Driamon? Danny, is there aught you would ask of me? Pray speak plainly. I am a man of action and need no honeyed words. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but do you seem destined to cross paths with those villains? I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what the matter of influence this ice heart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. It is an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Alright. To the infirmary. Which, actually, I think was upstairs? No. It's a separate building entirely. Idiot. Can't believe you don't know your way around this place. You've only been playing it for like 2 weeks. The infirmary is... It's not down here. No, it's up here. It's up here. Stairs. Ah! Mistreated merchant. Here we go. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything can help catch those cowardly blackhearts. I was travelling my usual route to Whitebrim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I know, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armour, crystals. They were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. That accent went everywhere. Whoops. Search the wilds of Snowcloak and defeat any heretics you encounter. Right, I think now's a good time for a quick break. Refill my water. Bear with me a minute. Oh my gosh. Alright. I should give myself a second monitor for Christmas. Right. Oh, Snowcloak's down this way, I believe. Alright, what do we got? The snow crunches under the tread of heavy boots. Alright. Time to show you how this plays. Hey, what the heck? Oi! Stop interrupting me. House der Night. Oh yeah. Gah. Wait. No, I want to open up something else, but not. Actually, that one. Where are we? When the cold sets in. Oh, we're nearly at the end of patch 2.3. Gah! Draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are come seeking heretics? Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. Oh. Yeah, I do not stand very tall against these men. Oh, hello. Who's this? Oh. Oh. Okay. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself come to snare at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould be best we were not to return to Whitebrim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drearmore. Drearmore? I give up on that. I don't know if I'm sold on that lip color. Maybe I'll go change that at some point. Danny, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest, that they should be bested so handily. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might not balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Halshafon of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and the fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Now back to Halshafon. Oh, hello, dog. My dog has come to visit me. My dog has now left my room. That didn't last long. He came in, saw I didn't have the toy he was after, and then he left.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
I don't like these camera angles.
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
I regale him with the story of Iceheart.
And this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action.
My dog is going zoomies up and down the hallway.
Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Okay, back to Sloughtborn and Revenant's Toll then. I'll just use the return feature because I'm lazy. Sloughtborn, my man. Danny, it is good to see you return to the Toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Corthus? House for a Toll is to send us a second shipment? I must send thanks to Lord Halshafon for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphanos new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. Gladiator, Marauder, Paladin, Warrior, Dark Knight, Gunbreaker. Lancer, Dragoon, Reaper, Pugilist, Rogue, Monk, Ninja, Samurai. I'll just take the silver. Brave new companions. Just Conjurer, White Mage, Scholar, Astrologian, Sage, Thaumaturge, Arcanist, Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, Blue Mage. Ah, yes, limited job, Blue Mage. Slothborn has news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony. While you were away in Korthus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I have taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? Poor Tataru, always worrying about everything. Honestly, that Lala. Hold on. Keeper of Knowledge. What's this guy about? Dawn may banish even the darkest night, yet ever shall primal desires burn. Two swords shall vie to lay them low, a blade born of light and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. Truly, Archon Louisoix had a gift with words. Had circumstances been different, he would have made a magnificent minstrel. Okay. I don't remember who Louisoix is, but apparently he was important. Tataru, what do you have for me, small child? These parchments need to be stored, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Danny, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid! Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphino if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Okay, I now present uniforms to the recruits. Cool. Cool vibrations. Okay. Where are my recruits? Hello there, lass. Looking for me, was you? I'd suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it among all the bustle. Oh ho, proper uniforms and all. This thing'll cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry though, I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Isudara has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. Ah yes, the uniform, thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Little Alamigo could learn much from Revenant's Toll, that this town could be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn art quite so voluminous. Voluminous. Wow. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Where's the other one? It's over this way somewhere. Danny Dazkar? Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles are what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. It's 4. The scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Limsa Lominsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and though this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh ho! Now that's a stinking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. I couldn't really come up with anything for him, I'm sorry. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilberd, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the Calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Should get a D&D party to wear matching clothing. That'd be fun. Yu Hase? Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. Is he up on the rampart? Yeah, they're up on the ramparts, okay. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Aha! Our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. Alright. Back to Tartaro, I suppose. Oh no, we're speaking to Alphino now. Yes, Danny. Ah, Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I'd thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Danny. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. Cutscene time.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Cool. The Crystal Braves. Nice. Okay.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur.
Levier.
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready. I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Sleepy boy. But that's a top hat. Ooh, another cutscene. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment has spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. I wonder if that city will become significant in the times to come. Okay, that's bad sign. That's bad or sign. It's not good at all. A new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Cool. Alright. traitor in our midst. Benfilia would have you assist Alphino in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us naught to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem can be found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ascians, Riange is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular, the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphino did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To end this, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Interesting to see how these voice actors change and what the new, the new Minfilia, the new Alphino sort of sound like. The new Urianger, I think. I don't know. I watched the Inwalker trailer, and he sounded different. Also, that Inwalker theme kind of, was really catchy. It's stuck in my head. What is it, Danny? And do be concise, I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilberd. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Danny.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
I'm definitely not falling asleep here, by the way.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the grand companies.
What? No.
Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning.
Oh, not the Flames. That's my company.
Alas, the man was not our agent.
Oh.
He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
Oh, no.
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this ivy had coiled itself around every part of the immortal flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Not even a nod.
Much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Reborn of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us.
Oh no, we don't want that.
We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Not the button I actually wanted. I wanted this one. Going to Hall of Flames, which is right in Uldar. Alright. Quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned. Fret not. Okay. Alright, I was gonna check that. Anyway, what does Reborn want? And is he voice acted, or I have to do a Reborn?
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads.
Welcome back, Luna. I've been
The
doing
last
some
time
voice
we
acting.
saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
I've nearly run out of water again.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention.
Why are we not happy about Ilbert? Don't spoil things for
As
me.
I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanaland than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it.
Oh, okay.
Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Ha! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first?
Ooh. Okay.
Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Alright, I don't really want any of these. My friend, thank you for the follow. Back and forth. Ilbert is eager to continue his investigation into the Gallian spy known as the Ivy. This one is caster gloves. Okay, cool. Ah. Damn it, I just heard him speak. Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levier. After all that, it's back to the Rising Stones. Okay. Right, real quick, how many quests have I actually got left of this damn thing? I've got a few. I've got a fair few. The answer is a lot. Plug away at it one bit at a time. I'll get there. Trust me, once I get Machinist, I'm going to hopefully I enjoy it. Because just from the outward glance, I would like to play it. We have returned from Uldar, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to prove the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Alian of the Fourth lies in wait in the tangle near the entrance to Castrum Sentry. Seek her out, and she will appraise you of the situation. Yeah, ARR has turned out to be deceptively long. Hold on, I need to check something real quick. I shall get back to that later. Sorry, message from my father, unexpectedly. I mean, still, it's alright storytelling. Oh, once again, I'm in an outside area. Oh, it does make the mount move faster though, doesn't it? That's good. Alright, Alian, what do you got for me? You would aid us in the rescue mission? We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning. wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, I fear she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is as strong as Mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum's sentry. Please help us find Resh before it is too late. Oh, okay, I stood too close to you. Oh, he died. The Starlight Celebration seasonal event has begun. Okay. In-game event going on? Just be this. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Our hostile presence. I screwed up my combo. Oh no. How embarrassing. Alright. Hey, it's Rish. Let's aid Rish. Where am I? Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, warrior of light. Now to quit this accursed place. Resh cannot move with those wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe our diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside these walls. Why do I feel like this is a ruse just to get me to do all the dirty work? Defeat Imperial troops who appear at the specified locations in Castrum Sentry. Alright then, easy enough. You, die. Why am I stunned in place? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted. I can do this, it's fine. Not if I keep screwing up my combo and not earning my stickers. Oh no. Oh, this is very bad. Oh. Okay, that's embarrassing. I should have been able to beat that. But that's okay. No, don't sound the alarm. There we go, we finally got around to creating a diversion. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission success to Commander Levidier. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Pray return to the Rising Stones. Da-da-da-da. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoops. Ah, it does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy's stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission, as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Danny. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Rest shows you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Danny, I realize you had scarce caught your breath, but I am afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Korthus. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Well, I suppose this is like laying the groundwork for us getting into Ishgard, right? Coming to terms. An influential Ishgardian wishes to meet the Warrior of Light, and Alphinaud would like nothing more than to oblige him. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Danny. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Aymeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request your permission to accompany me to Korthus. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use? If so, I should remind you that the more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. I mean, he has a point, but he didn't have to be a dick about it. Alright, we'll go a bit longer. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador? By all means, I think it a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphinaud believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Oh boy. Antecedent. I take it Danny has explained the situation. She has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ilsgard, situated at the center of Abalthea's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tear Skies. Convenient. Since which time, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. Oh man, I was just reading that in one voice, that's fine. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue. turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Danny. Our old friend Lord Holshafon is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Alright. Up to Kurthus, the frozen north. Again and again. Aye. Oh boy. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. And we're back. Ah, Danny, ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a disgruntled personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climates. Ah, good Master Alphino, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Harshafon. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we are having relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense! Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Fortol may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived at Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey, and 'tis serious to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearth sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Alright. Straight to the action then. I get it. Maybe I wanted to sit by the hearth. Did you ever think about that, Alphino? We've been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Proceed to the intercessory. Yes. Please be voice acted. I don't want to talk.
Have faith, my friend.
Yay.
You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Oh. Okay.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet.
No.
Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sormr.
Midgard-Sormr.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
Yay! We're making little steps.
What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, why are you barging, bro?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked.
Of course it has.
It was Iceheart, my lord.
Of course it was.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Apparently. Did I level up yet? Must have been close. Alright, next quest is the Intercession of Saints. Oh yeah, still got a few more before we unlock the dungeon. Recent developments have given Alphanor much to consider. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Harshaphon and find out what he has learned. What were my rewards here? Oh yeah. Ranged AD. I might want those trousers for something. This way. Can't be bothered walking around the building, so I fly up and over it. Makes sense, right? My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly. As Lord Harshiphon said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Danny. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Okay, off I go. Cool. Speak with the House Foretold Knight at Boulder Downs. Jeez. This way. Sorry about that. I'll probably sell some of this stuff. Moving along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Eh? Lord Harshiphon bid you speak to us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it. Though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care of the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. House Forton do appear to be, you know, carrying weight here, so... not surprised. Man. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I don't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but I took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't... I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of the deliverance and resurrection, and... they spoke of Shiva. Story out of 10? Let's see. It's honestly, it's like, I mean, it's a few story elements here and there. It's kind of intriguing. I'm interested to see sort of where all this leads and how it all ties in together. My goodness, is it long. So yeah, plus points for, you know, being gripping. Plus points for weaving in a lot of different threads. Plus points for emotional liver. Minus points for length. Overall, give it like an 8 out of 10 so far. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to study her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphino? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Oh. Oh. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Harshaphon, what was the caravan's cargo? Ah, if I recall correctly, the Diamond Forger requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harshaphon, you would agree that discretion is of paramount concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. That is true. I will take the machinist pence. Woe betide the heretic who crosses Alphino Livilia, for they shall feel the full force of his fury. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After appraising Menfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Danny, pray join me in Whitebrim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Driamont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then? Good. Strength and Unity, which is... oh, there's still a few more quests before the dungeon. I'll finish this one up and then probably call it a night, because I'm starting to feel quite tired. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for the Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Driamont. A bandit of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak. That self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Emeric. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may be yet subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Driamar has one in mind? Maybe, I don't know. Why am I nodding? Oh. Yes, yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak and it shall be done. Alright, I'll grab this, but... Dark words, dark deeds. Only the Only the naive place all of their hope in the success of a single solution, and Lord Driamar is anything but. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry, ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. Our joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the selfsame result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume? We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Alright. I'm gonna just fly back over to the camp. I'd like to be in a rest area when I log out. You know how it is. Get that rest XP. Oh man, just over 2 hours worth of stream. That's fine. Oh boy. Okay. Well and truly time to call it. Alright. Alright. And, well. Actually, hold on. Let's go up to the Aetherite. Get that in the shop. Alright. Well. Oh, man. I need to stream more often, but, I mean, given the time of year and how busy I've been at work, like, it's been a struggle to find the energy, honestly. Ugh. So many little Easter eggs, Luna? Oh, yeah. You mean, like, hints towards stuff that's, like, coming up? Like in Heavensward, say? Or just, like, random references to other things? Oh, man. Oh. This game is fun though. Like, I suppose my one concern is playing it way too much so that I end up burning out, because that's happened with like other games before where I've just sunk all my time into it, and then it's like I wake up one day, I get to my computer, and I'm just like, I don't actually want to play this right now, and then it's yeah, and then I don't log on for a while. But no, this is super cool. I really, really like this game. And apparently this is like the weakest of the storytelling as well. Like, it gets better as the expansions go on and they have more budget to put into these sorts of things. I'm going to miss some of these voice actors, because like I recognize Urianger, and Sam Riegel as Alphino was actually really cool to find out about. But oh well, it is what it is. So I suppose general housekeeping. Drop a follow if you like the Twitch channel. I have a YouTube channel on the side where I upload all of these VODs completely unedited. So if you ever want to go back and see me fail at killing a group of mobs, be my guest. That upload is usually a couple of days. Like around a couple of days after the stream goes live. I should actually get around to linking that in my Twitch profile, actually. Yeah, I'm probably going to go away and play some of this off stream, and probably give you the TLDR once we come back, whenever that may be. It's getting close to Christmas, so have a happy holidays, however you celebrate it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!